Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Lauren and today we're talking about final exam tips to get you through the crunch because trust me, we're all struggling. So I just have a couple tips I want to quickly share because hopefully you're not spending too much time on YouTube watching videos and you're studying for your exams. Alright, so the first one, if you're able to kind of block study in a really long, study for a really long time, and that works for you, obviously keep doing that. But I know for me, if I can do a decent amount of work at a time, but if I do it for too long, it just kind of burns me out. And then instead of actually absorbing any of the material I'm looking at, I'm just kind of glazing over. So my dad actually kind of was one who encouraged this kind of plan, even though he didn't invent it. So what I try to do is say I'll study for 45 minutes or an hour, and then I take a 10 or 15 minute break, and then I repeat. So yes, it might be wow, but that suddenly takes up 3 hours of my life if I want to study 3 different things. But it'll be so much better than just trying to study for 45 minutes straight 3 times, because that kills me. And it's nice, then you work, then you give your brain a break, and then you're ready to work again, you're feeling a little refreshed. You can get a snack, you can go to the bathroom, you can stretch, you can do whatever, instead of just sitting there in the same place going boom, boom, boom. So it's pretty easy to do. Just set a timer for yourself. There might even be apps for it, honestly, or just a general timer app you can use. Then the second tip I have is to go to different study spots to kind of change it up, just to kind of keep your brain engaged. I don't know if it's actually helpful in the sense of if you're only studying the same place, then if you're in a different place, it doesn't, your brain's not gonna connect the dots. I don't really think that's true. I just think it can be nice to go to a different place. I know that I need some kind of sound when I'm studying. So if I'm here in my room or even in the living room, I'll play some of my own relaxing music, just to relax and study music, whatever. Just so that there's some kind of noise going on, but there's no lyrics or anything, so it's not distracting. But otherwise, I might go to the library. I won't go in the quiet room because it's too quiet. But I'll just go sit somewhere, do some work, and there's that buzz sound. But because people aren't usually having crazy conversations in the library, so I'm not distracted by specific words. There's just a noise level that really helps me. This semester, I've also spent a lot of time doing work, and I'll probably continue doing that for some review at the part of the campus rec center because I work there. So I will go to some of the lounges if I'm there early. And I actually find it's a really nice place to do work because there's always people moving around, but people aren't screaming. So I hear my little noise that I need, and I get to focus on work. And it's just a different place because if you're just in the same place all the time, it can just compound on you, it feels like. So change it up. I'm sure your school has at least a library, maybe a tech center, and probably every building honestly has some kind of lounge. I know last year I spent a lot of time in the honors lounge. I haven't really done that so much this year because I'm not in that building, but all buildings have places for you to do work. You just gotta find them. So I wouldn't maybe find them this week if you're kind of desperate, because it could take a while to find a place you really like, but next semester in the beginning, take some time to go to the buildings that you're near or in a lot and just see if there's on a slightly different floor, there's a nice lounge for you to do some work, because that's really helped me. Then my third tip is, I didn't do number 1, whatever. So my third tip is, if you're trying to do a lot of work and you still want to be social, but you can't commit to going out or watching a movie or doing whatever, try to plan your meals with people. I think that's really nice. So you do a lot of work and then you can meet up for lunch or for dinner, hash out your day, just chat, and then you can go back to doing work. That's what I've been doing because I don't have time really to spend hours and hours hanging out with my friends because I have a lot of commitments. But if I can just have lunch with someone or at dinner, it's oh, I'm still seeing my friends and I have to eat. It's not I'm making up a 4th meal to eat. I have to eat lunch, so I might as well eat lunch with one of my friends. Then kind of going along with that, my 4th tip is to make sure you're eating and sleeping. It may feel like if you just do all your work at once and you don't leave your room to get food or get enough sleep, then you'll just be done with everything so much sooner. But that is not how that's gonna work. You need to keep yourself as full power mode as possible. My cousin actually shared this thing on Facebook where it was like, you wouldn't let this happen to your phone. It was like really low battery, so why'd it let it happen to you? And I was like, wow, that's so good. Why would you let that happen to you? I try to get at least about 8 hours of sleep every single night, and I'm able to do that during the semester because I luckily didn't have any like 8 a.m. classes or anything. But right now, there's like no one really has classes because our study days and then exams are starting. So try to get some sleep. If you need to, like, try to nap during the day. Make sure you're having food because you can't do the finals grind if you have no energy to grind with. It's just common sense. Then my last tip, I guess number 5, yes. My last tip is if you're really thinking that you can't devote equal energy to all your finals, exams, and projects, whatever, prioritize them. Do not just do and prioritize them in a smart way. Don't just do like the easiest thing first or the most fun thing first if you think that's still gonna take up the most time. If it's not as important like in your final grade or whatever as something else. So what I do is I look at like my major classes because those are the finals that I definitely really want to do well in, because for my major classes, like those are going to impact, depending on what my grade is in the class, getting into other classes in the film program, like prereq-wise. So I make sure that my film finals are all like taken care of first. Then for the other classes, which I'm in, or you're in or whatever, look at your like final grade, or look at the grade weighting and see what it is. Like if you have a final that's worth 35% of your grade, because I have had a final like that, that is a final that you want to make sure you're studying for, versus I have another final that's 15% of my grade. And I obviously still want to do well on that, but that's a lot smaller of a percentage. So depending on like time, like I want to make sure that I'm putting more effort into the 35% of my grade final, because that's going to have a bigger impact overall. I also see what time or what day things are. Like one of my finals is on Friday. Another one is, well, they are due because they're online. One of them is online and it's for due Friday, and the other one's online on the 17th. And I'm planning to do it before the 17th, but I know that I should still be studying more for the one on the 13th because I'll have the time after that 13th exam to study for the one due on the 17th, versus if I study in advance to it for the 17th, I may run out of time on the 13th. So it's just like a bit of thinking and figuring out like what's the most important for you, your major, your school, your grades, whatever you need to prioritize, just acting smart about it. I think that's really helpful. That's it for this video. I hope that at least one of these tips is useful, and you know, you got this. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already. Study, sleep, try to socialize, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.